Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
I'm sorry, but we were just robbed of 2 full seconds of this show. 2 full seconds by Chris Corby.
Hope you're proud of yourself in there, sir.
Yeah. Can't get that back.
Took
Thanks.
it right from the children.
Thanks, Corby. The children, thank you. And we let the children, the 12-year-old boy children. Oh! Shamo. How about the Super Bowl last night?
How about it?
How about that Super Bowl?
How about it?
It's another good game.
Yeah, it was.
It's a pretty good game.
Who they say going to beat those Bengals? Oh, wait, the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. The Rams are going to beat those Bengals. Or dem Bengals, or whatever the thing goes by. 23-20 was the final score, which is kind of appropriate because the last Bengals touchdown, they cheated to get it. Yeah, they cheated to get it.
Cheat.
He cheated to get it.
You don't get caught, it ain't cheating.
Yeah, it was cheating. He got caught on video, and they played it over and over and over again. I wanted the Bengals to win, but I wasn't that,
Well, the refs helped him out there at the end, the Rams.
Did.
The pass interference call.
Yes, they did.
To balance out that earlier call, no call that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have
they
it.
gave them, if you watch that play, the offensive line went before the ball was snapped.
Oh,
so
I missed
it
that.
should have been called against the Rams.
Didn't notice that.
Shouldn't even have happened. Unbelievable. So,
But a good game.
but the Bengals cheated.
Yeah,
But
they
the
did.
Bengals cheated.
Well, they did.
So, okay, whatever.
Jalen Ramsey had his face guard yanked.
Acting.
He was essentially tossed down.
It was like a wrestling match out there.
But I mean, I don't care. I'm not a Rams fan. I'm not a Bengals fan.
And they were letting
I wanted to see a good game.
The refs, to their credit,
They let everything
they
go.
let a lot of things
Almost
go,
everything.
yes.
Yeah, because there was a lot of penalties there that they did not call, including some fight action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple times when the flag probably really should have been thrown.
Tell you what,
they let it go.
I would not want to get mixed up with Aaron Donald in a fist fight. I don't. Huh?
At that time, though, that sideline fight, back off. You don't need doing that.
He pushed the quarterback out of bounds.
I would have been in his face, too.
He pushed the quarterback out. It was a completely legal hit.
I know it was a legal hit, but it didn't need to happen.
And it wasn't even a hit. It was a push.
That's right, which is why it was a little over the top.
Get out of here, over the top.
In today's world,
Are you
against the
kidding me?
quarterbacks, stop it.
What was he supposed to do?
He was already running out of bounds. It was darn near a slide.
He didn't lay down the mattress.
It was
I will
darn
say that.
near a slide.
He didn't lay a mattress and a pillow down there.
That's correct.
So
that's what Jeffy's upset
he probably
about.
should. Yeah, he should have. He should. You're right. He should have done that.
That's right.
Should have laid down an extra soft Sealy mattress.
And that was the thing. If you're going to shove the quarterback out of bounds like that, you need to make sure it lines up with a mattress that's. They're normally lining the sideline, but someone must have bumped that area right there. Got messed up.
He's way in bounds by about a foot or two.
And
he gets
by
a
whole
shove.
foot.
I've seen quarterbacks stop on a dime and keep going. You absolutely have to shove him there.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was. I said it was a legal play, but it was a little over the top.
Anyway,
he knows it was.
Not over
yes,
the
it
top.
was. He didn't need to do that.
Get out of here. Jeez.
Wait, hold on a second. I don't know. Jeffy as a ref, all of a sudden I'm having this vision. Like the game we would have constantly been throwing flags.
And that's exactly the point, right? I mean, that's why they didn't. There were a lot of flags.
Wait, but didn't you just say that there shouldn't have been a penalty called on Jalen Ramsey's
No, they didn't. I mean, the guy
mask?
didn't see it. What are you going to do? That happens all season long, right? I mean, we've seen calls missed all season long that affected the outcome of games. It's been a long season of non-calls.
I was pleasantly surprised by the halftime show. That turned out to be very entertaining.
It was all right. It was fine.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's being called the greatest halftime
which
show.
is-
I'm sorry, that would
way.
be U2 after 9/11.
I don't know.
I just know it's not last night.
It wasn't last night.
It was not.
No.
That was not it.
No.
I mean, of course, I don't like rap and hip hop, and so.
But I mean, that was
they're not looking for me to love the halftime show.
They were. No.
It was better than last year with a guy, with a bandaged face going through the Hall of Mirrors or whatever. What was that? The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Ugh, that was dreadful last year. So
yeah, isn't he a
good.
rap star too? because they said this is the first time it's ever been devoted to rap and hip hop. I thought The Weeknd was a rap guy. No?
Not really.
No? Okay.
But I know they were talking about the first time of all these black performers and everything. I mean, did we forget about Prince and Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson?
All right.
Michael
Didn't
Jackson.
forget about Janet
Right.
Yes, we forgot about those. So
That's right. Yeah, Prince was not that long ago.
no, Prince was great too.
Janet Jackson was the big
Yes.
wardrobe malfunction. Michael Jackson. How many times did Michael Jackson perform? Wasn't it multiple times?
It may have been. Anyway. I mean, it's
Anyway, whatever.
yeah, whatever.
But a good game. Really run-of-the-mill commercials, I think. The ads are just not a thing anymore. They're not going out of their way to do great ads anymore.
Doesn't seem like it.
And it's too bad because I used to really look forward to that. It was fun.
But everything gets released early, right, online, so everybody sees it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
you're
does.
like, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There they are.
But I didn't see any of them because I didn't bother watching the ads online prior to the game. Did you?
I mean, they were posted from their company's websites
Right,
on their
and
Twitter feeds, and on their Instagram feeds.
Yeah, and I didn't.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't see them as you were scrolling through Instagram and Twitter, prior to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I may have seen them as I'm scrolling through on Instagram and Twitter, but I didn't click on them.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, that's a sad development.
Right. Yeah. Because I didn't really care enough, probably. I didn't care as much as maybe I should have. Maybe I should have.
Thank you.
What did you think was the best one? Did you see?
For me, I mean, since I'm such a huge Sopranos fan, I love the Sopranos one. For the Chevy electric truck or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really good. Love that.
The one with Scarlett Johansson and her husband was pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun.
For Siri.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good.
That was
and I
cute.
think that's the one that won.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, because it was so good of them, fighting off each other. It was really fun.
It was good. It wasn't bad. But, I mean, the days of the classic Super Bowl commercials seem to be over. Because
Feels like it.
none of these were classic, I don't think. I mean, they were fun, a couple of them.
Oh, you don't think the sloth being really excited
the
over
chips.
Doritos was...
No, that didn't really...
I mean,
no,
that had
that
potential,
didn't move
but
me.
boy, it
Did not move me.
it flamed out.
Yeah.
I thought, and like I said, this was such a weak year for Super Bowl commercials, but I thought the video game coming to life and all the players destroying the house was pretty funny. Remember the
I'm not sure if I saw that.
that was good.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
It was an NFL ad.
Yeah, it was you're right.
Oh, really?
Because it had all the players, all the old players and stuff. The only one that wasn't there was Bronco Nagurski, pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they had Walter Payton. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Maybe they thought it was a little much having Bronco crawl around the house with no legs and no arms.
I don't think
the kids don't need to see. It's okay bringing back a couple of dead players, but ones that were harmed like that, no.
Yeah, you can't. You can't show that.
Oh, the
Too
Coinbase,
disturbing.
the Coinbase thing with the QR code.
Oh yeah.
I was so
Yeah,
frustrated.
yeah.
I couldn't get it. It was so dumb. Ugh. Anyway, it was just somebody sent it to me. It's just a sweepstakes to win $1 million in crypto.
It crashed the app.
I believe it.
Believe that? That's amazing. So many people apparently downloaded it and went to it or whatever that it crashed the app.
Wait, we're going to do this now?
Yeah. It's Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day.
And Corby, trying to make up for the 2 seconds he cheated us out of, has
I think he
given
wants
us
us to do these one at a time. Pat
given
going
us
first.
all... who goes first?
I think it goes like this. He
he's
wants to finish with Jeffy.
Given us all Valentine cards.
Oh,
nice.
I know. I thought we were
That's
we
so
were actually
nice.
doing
Look at that.
a school project.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's mine.
Okay.
It's got hearts on the front.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Oh, he loves you.
Adorable. Yeah, so I guess Corby loves me.
Okay.
It's really sweet.
That's sweet.
I'm taking Corby. So.
Jeffy, shall we leave?
Hate to break your heart that way, but I'm
Jeffy
already...
and I are going to leave the room.
Oh, and then on the inside,
I'm not leaving.
on the inside, love sucks.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Corby.
I like it. That's good. Okay.
Nice.
So I got a card
Thank you, Corby.
from Corby with kitty cats on the front. So that's really sweet there. And I'm going to open it up there, and it's hope your Valentine's Day is happier than a bouquet of kittens. Wait, get bent? That's not the spirit of the season.
Nice.
That's a happy Valentine's Day.
Okay. All
right.
The little hot dog on the
Filled with hearts.
It opens up with lots and lots and lots and lots of love. Open for business. XXX
Business.
Corby. Oh,
Isn't that adorable?
so special. I thought we were supposed
Special.
to bring it as a class project.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I brought
Thank you, Corby.
Valentine's too.
Yeah, you brought us some
And then he brought us
little
little
chocolates.
actual chocolates.
Little actual chocolates
with an
and-
artwork from your
Nice.
daughter.
Yeah, happy
Maya.
VD Day.
Wait, VD Day. Yeah.
And I know from you that means venereal disease, not Valentine's Day. So that makes it even all the more precious. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything I can do, let me know.
All right. 888-900-3393.
I didn't get you anything, Jeffy. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't get anybody anything.
Oh wait, no, I did. Hang on. Here you go. There you go. Sour Patch Kids.
There
Good
you
catch.
go. Those are
Nice.
actually mine.
Nope.
He just gave you mine.
They were on the floor, and now they're
Now they're
Jeffy's.
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We got some pics of maskless celebrities indoors in California, and they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, at the Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah. But
And it was incredible.
oh, and they are ready. Look at that. Look at that.
Hi, Ellen.
Maskless Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen looking a little rough too. By the way, just a,
And then you got Jennifer and
J-Lo and
Ben
Ben?
Affleck are
Yeah.
back together
oh
again.
yeah, where you been, man?
Well, how long has that been the case?
It's
She
been a
broke
while
up.
now.
So she broke up with Alex Rodriguez.
And the A-Rod, right? Not soon after. Back with Ben. Yeah.
Huh? Isn't that interesting?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they've been house hunting, and the kids are
really?
together. Yeah.
Was that Tracy Morgan there, Jeffy? Is that right?
Where you been?
Okay,
Yes,
Tracy
yeah.
Morgan and somebody.
Again-
I don't know who that is.
again, Not wearing masks,
No masks.
which is
Yeah.
fine with me.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, when you watch
they're
that
indoors.
game,
By the
most-
way, the roof was
a
closed.
few people, the roof stays closed. That's the way it is.
Oh,
SoFi. They've got the big
Okay.
open end that brings in. The
Oh, well,
fresh
look
air.
at there. There's the mayor of L.A., Eric Garcetti,
He's holding his breath there. Though.
No
You can
mask.
tell.
holding his breath.
no mask.
Nobody. I mean,
Nobody.
there
had
were a
that.
few
Very
people that
You know
you
what-
saw wearing masks, which is fine. That's the point,
You know
right?
what's-
No
It's just the
mandates.
hypocrisy.
Right.
You know what's sad there? The only one that even is pretending to wear a mask, it's under his chin, is the kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the kids have to keep wearing masks in schools in California.
Which is ludicrous.
Oh, it's criminal.
Was he one of the performers last night at the halftime
Ludacris?
show? Ludicrous? Yeah. No.
No, he didn't show up.
50 Cent was there, though.
Who else
Yes,
we got?
he was.
We got 50.
50 Cent. Yeah,
50 was there. Jay-Z
50
was there. I was kind of surprised
Yeah,
they
but
weren't
50.
included in the halftime if they're going to be there anyway. Come on up and perform. Come on up
Come
and
on
perform.
up. What are you doing? Fitty, get up here.
Yeah. 50.
I'm with Fitty.
Jay-Z.
I loved
Beyonce. Everybody.
his
Come on
entourage
up.
when I met Fitty when he was in the building in Tampa with his entourage. And Fitty travels with a few people. He doesn't just travel by himself. He travels quite heavy.
Yeah.
And I remember he was doing an interview at one of the other stations, and I went down to listen to the interview, and there's a crowd of people, and one guy comes up and stands next to me. I'm with Fitty. That's okay, dude.
All right.
That's my favorite. Yeah, I'm with Fitty.
He's trying to get you to move.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm with 50. Okay. Good for you.
He was proud of that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about some of the ads that were a little bit better than average,
Yeah.
maybe. And I think we have the top 5. And number 5. This is from, I think this is USA Today's meter ad.
Oh.
Okay.
So people vote and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so at number 5, Irish Spring. Welcome
Oh, yeah.
to Irish Spring.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Here's that one.
He goes to the cult.
What is this place?
Welcome to Irish Spring, friend.
Where stinkiness is unwelcome.
Bad smells must receive their correction.
Cast thy smell away!
Cast thy smell away!
Irish Spring. Smell from a nice smelling
Okay,
place.
that shows you how bad the ads are if that's the 5th best.
Yeah.
Come on.
What do you mean?
Come on now. That is
The
not.
Irish Spring cult?
That's not great. That is really not good. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it's certainly not exceptional.
No, we've lowered our standards.
Yeah. Then I did like this one with Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen. This is pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
It's a Lay's Stay Golden commercial.
Nervous? Oh, Lay's. Brings back so many good memories. Remember our road trip in 97? Our first real heart-to-heart. I've never seen any of your movies! Not even the ones we were together! Hey, do you remember when that stalker kidnapped us? Yes! Lay's was there. Lay's.
Do you have barbecue or cheddar jalapeno?
Ooh. Oh, remember when we stumbled into that turf war? Remember when you bought your first house?
Hi, I'm Seth.
Those were good times. They were golden. You ready? Seth, do you? I do. And Janet, do you? That's a yes.
He married the ghost from the first house. That's really.
I love this lady.
Best day of my life. That's okay. You know, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not terrible. Then we had, what's his face? Levy, Eugene Levy, in this commercial for Nissan.
Nice ride.
Want to give it a stay?
Coffee's enough excitement for me.
Come on.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Catherine?
What the?
All right.
That's his wife.
Eugene Levy? Eugene.
Where is he? Where are you?
Be there in 2 seconds. Well, cock-a-doodle-doo. Just
Hats on his hands.
Watch the coffee.
I'll drive. Shotgun.
And there you had
Little
it.
driver.
The number 3 ad on Super
I
Bowl
know,
Sunday.
I
Number
know.
3 ad. At number 2, Michelob Ultra. Welcome to the Superior Bowl.
And they only spend so. It can only spend so much money. What do you want from me?
Said this spot has everything: a Super Friends mix of sports stars and celebrities, a Big Lebowski tribute, and a grade A Super Bowl pun. Oh, what was the grade A Super Bowl pun there? Oh, the Super Bowling, the
Yeah,
Superior
Super
Bowl.
Bowl, yeah.
Duh. That's all you really need. Peyton Manning, golfer Brooks Koepka, soccer legend Alex Morgan,
See?
NBA star Jimmy Butler, WNBA star Ninka Ogwumike.
There you go. See?
And I love her.
So Peyton Manning
So good.
and
I
some
love
other people.
The whole Ogwumike family. For my money, there's nobody
best.
better. And tennis great Serena Williams, all strapping on the rental shoes served up by Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
It's fun to imagine these folks gathering at the alley for their Tuesday night league.
Isn't it?
It was.
Isn't
It was fun.
Yes, it was.
Tipping back a few low-carb suds and talking trash. ELO Showdown is no just dropped in by Kenny Rogers, but it gets the job done, according to the summation of
I was forced to go to those bowling leagues as a kid. My dad was involved.
Oh,
in
my
all
dad
of
was
those
too. Yeah.
Holy cow!
Bowling night was drinking night. for my
Absolutely.
dad.
Man. Tuesday and Thursday.
Mine was Monday night was bowling night, drinking night, and then Friday night was, okay, it's the end of the week. I'm going to go drink that too.
And we're going to go to the alley, or are you going down to the Moose?
Now they're going down to the Moose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck with the alley. We're going straight to the source.
Every so often, you want to splurge, you go to the Lions Club.
All right. And at number 1 on our list, coming in at number 1 with a bullet, Amazon's Mind Reader commercial with This Is the One with Scarlett Johansson and her real-life husband.
Hey, babe, check this out. Alexa, it's game day.
Streaming football on Prime Video. Closing blinds. Chilling rosé. Rosé?
Well, it's an afternoon game.
It's like she can read your mind. I love that we get to sleep in. Ordering fresh mint mouthwash. Extra strength.
I was thinking I should get a spray tan, you know? Because that's on Wednesday.
Activating blender.
Funeral's on Monday.
What about the gold, Papa? Can't you see? The treasure all along. It was you.
Love the eye patch. When does the show open?
March 8th.
Setting reminder to fake your own death on March 8th.
When you have to do those love scenes with hot guys, is that fun or is that like the worst?
It's the worst.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Scarlett, this bread is delicious.
Oh, good.
Did you make it?
Yes, it's from my Gammy's recipe.
Announcement. Gammy is short for she bought it at Whole Foods. Announcement. Colin left the oysters in the car for 5 hours.
It's probably better Alexa can't read your mind.
Bad idea.
What's the game?
Now, see, in the old days of Super Bowl ads, that's like number 10.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not number 1. You know, it maybe made the list, but it's down the list a ways.
Where's the Anna Kendrick Rocket Mortgage one with the Barbie dolls? And it was very good.
I don't know. I must have missed that one. I don't remember that. Maybe we can dig that up and play it, though.
Oh, maybe we can.
Rob, if you can find that, dig that up and we'll play it.
Good luck.
All right, let me tell you about Preborn. Preborn is such a great ministry, and they have partnered with us to try to save as many babies as possible. Preborn is an organization that goes out and provides ultrasounds for women who are considering abortion. So they provide them for free because the women are there for abortions, not to be dissuaded from that. So when they show the ultrasound, 8 times out of 10, 80 times out of 100, 80% of the time, they choose life.
Incredible.
Because it brings the reality of what's inside, what's growing inside your womb is an actual human baby. And they see that, and they hear the heartbeat, and all of those things make such an impact on people. $28 could save the life of a baby. If you can spare $28, could save one baby's life. $140 sponsorship gives 5 babies a chance at life. All gifts are tax deductible. So if you can, please help us rescue babies this year. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250 baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
So we had all the celebrities at the Super Bowl yesterday without masks because, they're above us. They don't need to wear masks, right? In fact, I don't think celebrities can even be infected with COVID. Isn't that well, other than Tom Hanks and his wife, and all the celebrities who have gotten it. Other than them, I don't think they can get it. Here's a bunch. I mean, look at this. Are these Super Bowl parties? Where are they?
These are at the stadium.
These are Sean Penn. That's right. They showed a lot of these people.
Yeah, these are all at the stadium.
Pre-game. And because they were very proud of how many, superstars were at the Los Angeles-based Super Bowl.
Seen and be seen, baby. Got to be there.
Yeah.
There.
Jeez. So the stadium holds what? What is the capacity there? Because they
said 70,000, right?
Yeah, they announced the crowd is 70,000. I was hoping that's all it holds, right? I mean, even in Los Angeles, this thing sold out.
Yes, right? I believe it was. Yes, absolutely. The NFL is not going to not sell out the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you would think. And they don't have to wear the mask, but if you go to school today, if you're going to school today in Los Angeles, you do have to wear the mask. By the way, did you hear that they canceled school in Cincinnati today?
Yeah, so they didn't want the kids to stay up and watch the Super Bowl.
It's too bad. It's a darn shame.
I know. Al Michaels actually had a great line about that when he mentioned the Cincinnati closing schools for the day.
Yeah.
He said if they win, they might not go to school for a week.
Yeah. And they almost did. They almost pulled it out.
They almost did.
Really close. And that would have been fun because it would have been their first Super Bowl win ever. They've been to the Super Bowl twice before, but they've never won it. And the Rams have. So it's like, okay, we got 2 different teams this year, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, Rams were there, 4 years ago?
And the Rams were built for it.
Yes.
go here. That's no doubt about that.
Yes, they were.
So, I mean, Cincinnati plugs in a couple of players, a couple offensive linemen. They could be back again. I mean, it's a long road, though.
Did you hear the story? They told the story of how Matthew Stafford got together with the Rams coach and management. He just happened to be on vacation in a spot, I think it was Cancun, at the same resort that the Rams the Rams management were staying at, and they ran into each other, and they started talking football. And Matthew Stafford's wife said, "That's when I left," because I'm like, "Okay, you guys go ahead and talk
You're
football."
You're going to be talking football.
So she went to the bar, and by the time she got done pounding back a few, they'd kind of hammered out an agreement that he was going to be traded to the Rams. It sounded like that didn't occur to him even before that time. Right. Really interesting story.
And I love the story, too, of how Beckham Jr. ended up there, too, because they said that, when they just cut the cord and he was gone in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And he was at home bummed out. Von Miller was in the hot tub. And he said the story is that Von was in the hot tub and called Odell up and said, "Get out here."
And he did.
And he did.
And he had a great year.
Yeah, he did. It was bummed that
For some reason, he couldn't get the job done in Cleveland, but he comes to the Rams, and it's like he's with the Giants again.
I hated he got hurt.
Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked because he was well on his way to a tremendous, maybe an MVP performance.
I know. Cooper Kupp ended up getting that MVP that probably Junior would have got.
Cooper Kupp had an unbelievable year, though.
Awesome.
He deserves it.
Oh, my gosh.
He had 145 catches during the regular season.
Yeah, they put down, I saw the list
freaking crazy
of his accomplishments.
145 catches.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Divide that by 17. What is that? That's a lot. It's a lot. We can't do math in
18.
the morning. But
I think it's 18.
Is it 18?
Yeah, I think it's
18 a game?
Yeah, I think it's 18. So if we put the 18-minute together along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes. That's what it is.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
That's what it is. Okay, 178 catches, 2,425 yards, 22 TDs. NFL regular season receiving triple crown, unanimous All-Pro, most catches in a single postseason, 33, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP.
My gosh, that's an okay year.
That's a pretty good season.
Pay that man, please. Yes. Pay the man.
Full 21 games.
Wow.
21 games.
178, including the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. By the way, the regular season average was 8.5, almost 9 catches a game. That's pretty amazing.
That sure is.
Pretty amazing. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray returns.
All right, we were talking about some of the best commercials at the Super Bowl.
And we missed one.
Rocket
Mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage.
There were so many.
With Anna Kendrick. I'm not sure I saw this one.
And
Here
a
it
nod
is.
to He-Man, I'd like to point out.
All right.
Barbie really wants this dream house. It's got stunning views and a slide.
Barbie's ready for fun.
So cool. And Barbie found out about this dream house with an alert from Rocket Homes.
She did?
Well, it's a super competitive market. Everyone wants to buy the dream house.
Better offer Betty.
I'll go 10 over asking.
Cash offer Carl.
Straight cash.
House flip for Skipper.
Let's tear it to the studs.
You vultures! You're gonna start a bidding war!
This is less than ideal.
Oh no! Don't worry, Barbie has a verified approval that shows her finances are backed by Rocket Mortgage. So Barbie wins!
But we need a house.
Oh, I found a fixer-upper castle on Rocket Homes.
It has good bones, but really bad neighbors.
I like his vibe. Get your dream house all in one place with Rocket Homes and Rocket Mortgage. For a better way to find and finance, Rocket can.
Good stuff.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. She helps because she's good.
Yes.
You know, she's funny and whatnot.
And
so
whatnot.
forth.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Funny and
whatnot. You know, talented.
Sure.
Yeah.
What? That's part of whatnot?
It is. It sure is.
What, that real estate agent you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. She should try acting.
She should. Yeah, because she's not bad at it.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I thought that was all part of the whatnot.
It is. It's all encompassing. Whatnot is all encompassing.
I thought.
Did you see the Ambassador Bridge was opened between the United States and Canada.
Yeah, Windsor. They opened that up, right?
So
That's back
the
open.
Windsor.
Yeah. That's the one that's open.
So the ambassador is still closed. The Windsor is open.
Windsor's open.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they opened. They cleared all that, which took pretty much all day, and then I read where it was open this morning.
Still got things pretty well jammed up in Ottawa, though. Downtown Ottawa, you kind of can't get there.
Here's an idea. How about we drop the mandate?
Drop them.
Yeah.
How about
Wouldn't
you
that be
just
nice?
say, you know what?
He's not going to do
Every
it.
place else is dropping their mandates. You know what? We're just going to drop the mandates altogether.
Trudeau's not going to do it.
Justin Trudeau thought this was going to go away. If he could just hide out and play the little COVID lie and just say, look, I'm going to isolate, he thought the thing would blow
People
over.
will get tired of it and they'll go home. Yeah. Everything will be fine.
Just meet with them. He won't.
Nope.
He won't even meet with them. And I love the resilience of these Canadians. Where it's right now in Ottawa, I just checked. It's -5 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're still there plugging away.
Oh, that's another day for those people.
Just another day, right? I love that they're being so resilient. Honk honk. I mean,
I know. I mean, when we talked on Friday about it would be disheartening and whatnot if you lived there.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's trying to blame us. He's blaming Americans for what's going on in Canada. What a douchebag. You know what the guy needs is a nuclear enema. That's what he needs.
Thank you.
Let's just
How
give him
about
a
we
nuclear
just take
enema.
him over?
Yeah.
You know what? You belong
Right?
to us now.
Okay.
All right.
We're just annexing your entire stinking country.
We're not going to make
How
you a
about that?
state. We're not going to. You just belong to us.
Yeah.
You just do what we say.
Right.
Okay.
You can't even be the governor of Canada.
Don't even look. Don't even look down here. Don't do it.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
We should do that. A new Mero public opinion poll of 1,506 Canadian adults, surveyed between the 9th and 10th of February, found that only 29% of Canadians believe Trudeau has acted like a prime minister should in the face of the protest. 53% said he has looked weak in the face of threats to the country.
Yeah.
He's pathetic.
Yeah.
First of all, the first thing he did was leave.
Right.
He went to some undisclosed location because they were supposedly afraid of the truck.
He got exposed to COVID.
Somebody was going to hurt him or whatever. It's asinine. Survey found that 64% of Canadians believe the country's democracy is being threatened by a group of protesters. Oh, come on now. And they must be stopped immediately? So 64% of Canadians are against the protest? Hard to believe. Same percentage of Canadians support using armed forces to clear out the trucks with heavy tow vehicles.
How do you feel about that when those trucks aren't delivering your goods?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess they're not delivering them now, so.
This is part, though, of what I say when you shouldn't, you shouldn't make average Canadians' lives miserable during this.
I know. If he brings up that freaking garbage.
It's like in Houston.
But okay, we've gone through this before.
We have,
but it's true.
And we'll probably
it
go through
absolutely
it again.
is true. Yeah, and it's frustrating.
But it's not.
Because,
It's not the trucker's duty to put stuff on my shelf. I mean, that's my fault, right, for not being prepared. I should probably grow a garden or do a better job of canning. It's not their job.
Maybe you should, but they're still not going to be happy if they perceive that you are responsible for things not being on the shelf.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what that will happen.
Perception. Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Perception's reality.
But God bless them. I hope they keep it up because.
Well, they are so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been what? 10 days?
Oh, more than that.
12, 14?
We're at over 2 weeks now, aren't we?
From the time they arrived in Ottawa, how long has it been?
I mean,
It's been over a week, I think.
Absolutely over a week as far as the blockade of locking down the city.
It's really something. I mean, their commitment is amazing. It's amazing.
There's plenty of places around Canada that are dropping the mandates. How about just do the whole thing and we'll get done with it? There you go. Let's get these out of here.
That's the whole thing now, is that even in Alberta, we have video of the police showed up to get the truckers who were blocking the access between Alberta and Montana. The town said, no, you don't. They locked arms. We have the video if you want to play that.
Yeah,
even though Alberta has dropped the mandates.
Right.
But now they're saying, no, we're going to keep doing this until you just drop the mandates nationwide.
Let's do it. Which, by the way, like you said, Alberta has done.
Right.
So at least Alberta caved.
And I think one of the other provinces did
Look
too.
at that.
Yeah, it seems like there were two.
Look at that. Look at that. So this is the local residents there in Alberta.
Supporting the truckers.
Yeah, blocking the police from towing the truckers.
Amazing.
Americans, man. We suck.
Do you need a nuclear enema too?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I like one of your listeners posted on Twitter that the U.S. truckers need to protest as well. They need to go and block the border with Mexico.
Yeah.
Kill two birds with one stone there, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
No
nice.
doubt.
That would be nice. Now, everybody was afraid they were going to try something at the Super Bowl. I don't think they even tried, right, to blockade the Super Bowl.
Not that I'm aware of. It was just
that was the big rumor.
Yeah, they were being.
Well, they're going to try to blockade the Super Bowl. Do you want that?
Are they?
You got to support them if they blockade the Super Bowl? How about if the Super Bowl's not played?
Okay.
Well, then
we can't have that.
No, we can't have that.
Seriously, we can't have that.
I mean, we can't, but we could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could have.
Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety, right?
Right. That's right.
Wow.
So that's
pretty good.
You like that? I should write that down, huh?
Nah, I don't think.
And I think that
ever
applies to this in so many ways right now.
All right, let me tell you about mygotodoc.com. People email, tweet, call into the show. One of the things they ask a lot about is where can I find a doctor online I can trust and a pharmacy that will fill a prescription that's a little bit out of the ordinary to the mainstream. Well, the answer to all those questions is mygotodoc.com. Now, Omicron is milder than Delta, and hopefully it'll mean the pandemic's over soon. And it feels like it's subsiding. But we all have friends who had a really tough time of it. High-risk patients need preventative treatment or at least meds on hand so they can start treatment fast so that it doesn't get to the point where they need to be hospitalized. Low-risk patients often benefit from off-label meds because they can prevent long COVID, which can be debilitating. Dr. Saget Autopsies has built something at MyGoToDoc that I want to tell you about. First of all, he's a COVID expert. This is all he does. And he's treated over 40,000 patients with 0 deaths. That's amazing.
It sure is.
2, you can register for free and ask questions forever. And 3, they connect you to pharmacies that will ship you a full 28 doses of ivermectin for less than anywhere else online. And you don't have to drive an hour like Keith did to find a pharmacy that'll fill your ivermectin prescription.
That was fun.
It's your go-to source for COVID-19, mygotodoc.com. That's mygotodoc.com. Check them out today.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome to it. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Did you see this last week? These kids in Las Vegas in a school, and they've been suffering with this for 2 years now. And so they were told all of a sudden that, hey, tomorrow you don't have to wear your mask anymore. Here's how much they hated that. They hated that announcement. Like you can't believe it.
We don't have to wear masks anymore.
Look at the poor kids suffering. No, don't.
We want to.
Don't take our mask from us.
What about Ugly Susie? Doesn't she have to still wear hers?
There goes your crutch, Ugly Susie.
Right.
Wow, they are
Is anybody excited?
psyched.
All right, calm down.
I mean, the burden that we have.
I know.
Saddle these kids unnecessarily for.
I know.
Yeah, where's our long winter of death we were promised there, Joe? Remember the White House saying, if you're unvaccinated,
yeah,
it's gonna be a
I mean,
long
the
winter of
numbers
death.
are almost zero to where they've been, right? I can't remember what
You act like you're about to access numbers. Do you actually have some numbers
I do.
that you're going to refer to?
I do, and I thought I had it open here. And I did,
but you don't. So, yeah,
here.
what a surprise.
He's not usually here on Mondays. He doesn't know how it's done on Mondays.
Happy Valentine's Day. Okay? Happy Valentine's Day.
He came in to celebrate with us. And look what happened.
Average new deaths appear to have peaked and are now near 2,300 per day, down roughly 10% over the past week. So the COVID number, 75%. 180,000 a day, down more than 75% over the past month.
180,000 a day is where we are now?
Yes.
And that's down how much?
That's below 180,000 a day. That's down 75%
Cases.
of the last month.
Jeez.
Cases.
Okay. And what was the 2,300 number? Was
that was
deaths?
Average new deaths appear to have peaked now near 2,300 a day.
That's pretty high, but
that's still
that's too many.
Way too many.
Yeah. But it is starting to plummet.
Yes.
It is starting to plummet.
It's almost like this thing called herd immunity kicked in.
It's almost like that. But you know that can't be it.
Couldn't be that.
There's no such thing.
Not
we were told there was a thing, and then it wasn't, and then there was again, but now it's not. So there's no such thing as herd immunity. Good try, though. Good try, Keith.
Sorry.
Did I mention this just off the air? My daughter's doctor, she took one of her kids in this week, and they got to talking about COVID and the response, and the doctor said COVID's pretty well over. She said, at least in Texas, it's mostly over. So I thought that was maybe a little bit of an overstatement, but
is this an accredited doctor?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know where she got her degree, but yeah. Anyway, kids are pushing back on mandates. In Illinois, kids aren't accepting local school mask mandates. Check this out.
You can't use it off of Prisker's mandate because that was ruled unconstitutional and void. And you can't use it off the Illinois Department of Public Health because it's also overturned. So is it just the school's decision to make every single student quarantine and wear a mask?
It's just the school, baby.
And if so, we should all have our day in court to represent why we need to wear a mask and give us our due process. Instead of just assuming we're guilty and masking every child in the school, you need to give us our day in court and explain to us why we need to quarantine and wear a mask around individuals.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Yeah. I mean, I'd be sick of it too if I was in school now and I've been having to mask up for 2 years for 8 hours a day. No thanks. No. Sorry. I honestly can barely stand it for 10 minutes, let alone 8 hours a day. It was all I could do in the stupid lines at Disney and Universal to keep that mask on while we're waiting there for an hour or two sometimes.
To do flying.
And I want to show to Jeffy's point here about the cases. This is Texas anyway, and to your daughter's point. These were our big outbreaks along the way, and here's most lately. And these are cases, right?
Yeah.
We are now below where we were at the peaks of these earlier.
It's fallen like a rock.
Yeah.
It's down precipitously.
Yeah.
If you will. And I think you will.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think it's past tense now.
Yes. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So what is the number of new cases in Texas? Can you tell from that graph or not?
Let me show you if I can tell from my computer now. There's the graph, as you can see. We were here, and we've been here, and we went
looks a little darker than it was.
Now we're down here. Huh. I hate my life.
Just below 18.
Oh, look. Oh, now it decides to wake back up. Good morning to you.
So you get to log back in.
Monday.
And here's a school where students just left because the mask mandates continue.
Look at that. You're going to make us wear our masks and we're leaving.
All right, see ya.
No funding for you today. Parents waiting outside, supporting them. Good. Don't go back until they rescind. Follow the money. That's what's going to happen here.
Yep. The more kids that attend and are present, the more money they make. The less kids, the less money. And thus, this is pretty effective right here.
Should have been the strategy 2 years ago.
I was just thinking the same thing. Because if you're a kid, even if your parents kind of believe that you should be wearing a mask, and somebody says, yeah, but if we walk out, we get the day off, and we get them to stop the mask mandate. All right, let's go.
I mean, it's a win-win.
Let's go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. You know, is it a surprise that people are starting to rebel after 2 stinking years of this? When we were told 15 days to flatten the curve. 15 days. It's not forever. 15 days to flatten the curve. That's all we need. Just 15 days.
New York just rescinded the mask mandate indoors for most people, but not the kids. Not the kids.
Which makes Just
no sense.
Makes no
The
sense
least
at all.
vulnerable.
The least vulnerable among us have to put up with the most BS. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. We got a kid in a school who was given detention.
Look, there's the governor, by the way, doing her thing.
Which governor?
Yeah,
Hochul.
the New York governor.
Yeah.
Got just hanging out.
No mask.
No mask for her.
That's good to see. The reporter has a mask on, though, because
thank you.
Yeah, you want to protect the governor from his germs, from the reporter's germs.
Oh, the reporter. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the
Yeah.
plebe interviewing her.
Mhm.
Mask up, everybody.
We don't care about him. Just her.
Just her.
Yes.
Got some tweets here. DMX tweets, now that old man Biden is president, is 50 cent known as 20 cent?
Yeah.
Good question.
25 anyway.
Inflation, baby.
Führer Brandon tweets, your superiors don't need masks because the virus doesn't get the sophisticated. So shut up and put yours on and be happy they allowed you in there with them.
All right.
Yeah, it's true. From Jimmy Dimples. Happy for the Vegas kids. Vaxxed workers at my store get to take them off. Unvaxxed, like me, got to keep them on or be fired. Jeez. They say they can track who wasn't vaxxed by receipts from pharmacies where they were reimbursed. What?
Well, no, why would you even report that? Why don't you just
Wow.
say, yep, I got it.
And from It's Me, maybe the reason COVID numbers are conveniently plummeting is because everyone is using home tests.
Yeah, this is
this
is what we were saying.
Yes, it is.
Because, if you don't report that you're infected to an authority, right?
Yeah, they're not going to
Then
know.
they're not going to know. So the Biden administration in particular is trying to have it both ways.
Yes.
They want to say, look at our rates dropping, but they don't want to give up the control that they have now entrenched in this country.
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's what's going to be fun, right?
Right. That will be fun. By the way, early voting in the primary in Texas starts today.
I'm writing in Jeffy for
white
everything.
people.
Oh, for white people.
Yeah, for white people.
Okay.
What about-
black people and
what about
Hispanics.
minorities?
They can't vote yet.
Really?
Yeah. I think their voting happens right after Election Day. So, because you know how oppressive we are here. We don't
That's
allow
not
them to
good.
vote.
I don't like that.
No, it's not. It's not right.
I thought for sure that it
minorities
could.
on this
I thought
one.
for sure everybody.
Is that
could
what you
vote
thought?
Early.
Wait, I'm being told. Oh, you're right, Jeffy.
Okay,
You're right.
all
I guess
right.
even blacks and Hispanics get to vote today. Huh.
Okay.
Well, that's weird. Because in
Man.
Delaware, when does early voting start? Oh, that's right. Never. Never. They don't have it. But Texas is so awful and so oppressive, and
That's
we're
right.
trying to keep minorities out of the voting booth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
AOC visiting our lovely state. We're so
What's
glad
she
she's
doing here?
Yeah,
Is she here
so-
for Beto or something?
Yeah, she was. No. She
No?
was for a congressional candidate there in San Antonio.
Oh,
You got to see. She's got some words of warning for our fair state.
I don't care how many cycles it takes. It's going to happen.
How many
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's going
Yes,
to happen.
Listen.
I don't care how many.
Texas turning blue is
Texas turning blue.
inevitable.
Inevitable.
It will happen.
And
The only question is when.
when?
Texas.
That's the only question.
is
When? When?
So the work that you put in today, the work that you put in tomorrow, the work that you
Oh, yeah,
put in
but
on
next
Monday,
week,
when you
next
go
month.
one more door when you're tired,
Right.
when you make one more
Okay.
call, when you feel exhausted, you're bringing that day 1 day sooner. 1 day sooner.
one
faster.
day,
The state will turn
day.
blue.
You're bringing
it's gonna
the
happen
day
with the seat
back
of San
on the-
Antonio and Austin.
San
It's
Antonio.
gonna spring down to Laredo. It's gonna go up to Houston and to Dallas.
Up to
and
Houston.
all across
From
the
Laredo
state.
up to
Rural
Houston.
and
Maybe you
urban
better look at a
and
map,
suburban.
Puddin'.
We're
Look
gonna
at a map.
fight for a living wage as a minimum wage. We're gonna make sure we unionize the hell out of this state. We're gonna make sure
I can't take
that we
her.
confront corrupt industries
don't like this?
and
No.
lobbyists and big money.
Pretty
And we're
hot,
gonna
though.
make sure that not one
She's looking
dime
pretty
is
good there,
made
though.
exploitatively across any worker, especially the undocumented.
Especially the
We're gonna protect
undocumented. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
people from
Especially
abuse
them.
of power of
right.
Oh my God, did we get the whole speech? Okay, good. I thought
that is
I
agonizing.
think it was going to end.
Stop talking.
Texas is turning blue. No, seriously, I mean it. No, it's not a punchline. You're not. Why are you laughing? It's inevitable. Inevitable. I sound like a vegetable.
They've been saying this year
Yes.
after year after year because they're counting on all of the illegals becoming citizens and voting Democrat, and it's not happening for them. It's not happening. A lot of the Hispanics that are coming here, whether legally or not, they're starting to realize they're not Democrats.
Right.
They're more conservative. They don't believe in abortion and socialism. They just left that. That's not what they want here. And so I think they're going to be, I think they're in for a rude awakening.
Which is why we're allowing them to vote right now. You know, early voting has started, and everyone
Right.
can vote.
Are you sure it's everyone?
I'm
It's not
pretty
just
sure
whitey?
everyone.
It's not just the white folk?
I'm almost positive it's
Did you
not
fact
just
check
whitey.
this, or are you just flying off the
I'm
handle
just
here?
pulling it off the top.
Jeez.
Good luck.
We're going to fact check that, Jeffy, because that doesn't sound right.
Okay.
Not compared to what I've been hearing about Texas and Georgia. These hateful red states. Did you see the Bob Saget autopsy
I did.
stuff?
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's
interesting.
Fascinating.
Quite interesting.
Authorities have determined that Bob Saget passed from head trauma. They've concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it, and went to sleep.
That's what was reported.
Multiple skull fractures. That's not just, ooh, I bumped my head. Ouch, dang it. Multiple skull fractures?
Well, I mean, okay, who among us hasn't dropped something near the bedpost there, hanging out the edge there, and you lift up and you crack your skull, because, I mean, I've done this all the time. And then you didn't pick it up, and you have to do it again, and you just keep hitting your head. It's really frustrating.
Or when you hit your head the first time you drop it, you got to go back down
That's
for
what I'm
it,
saying.
and you smash
That's what I'm
your
saying.
head again.
You keep doing this, and it's just like, oh my god.
Pretty soon you've cracked your skull multiple times.
And then you give up on retrieving what is now underneath
And
the bed.
you think, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed.
Good night.
And you crawl under the covers, and you don't wake up.
Yeah, I mean, the report originally was, right, they got into the room, and he was, laying in bed comfortably. Mm-hmm. I don't know how comfortable you are when you're dying. But, so that was, he hit his head, crawled under the covers comfortably. And
he went, ouch, dang it. Well, I got to go to bed.
Right.
And he went to sleep.
And now.
But I haven't even heard anybody allege that it's possible somebody hit him in the back of the head. That there's foul play going on.
I've heard no
drugs, no alcohol.
I saw one report that said he was positive for COVID, right? Only he wasn't.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because maybe the COVID killed him, not the multiple skull fractures.
I mean, I don't know.
Have we considered that?
I guess he was vaxxed. I don't know. I really don't know.
According to Houston Methodist Neurological Institute director Gavin Britz, this is significant trauma. Now, you don't just bump your head and have significant trauma as a rule.
Again,
this is like an anvil hit his head.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, was that an anvil? That's the third time this week. Now, what the hell? I'm going to bed.
Oh, you're saying, okay. So it's just a recurring thing.
Yeah. It's happened a bunch of times. A bunch of anvils have.
Caught up
you
to
watch Wile E. Coyote. You know it happens all the time. So the Roadrunner was up there, on a cliff or something and dropped an anvil on him. Mm-hmm. It happens. It happens.
It does.
So the director said, this is significant trauma. This is something I find with someone with a baseball bat to the head.
Whoa.
Or who has fallen from 20 or 30 feet.
Oh.
Incredible, right?
A baseball bat to the back of the head. Holy crap. So that's not just... I bumped my head on this shelf.
No, it is not.
Doggone it. That hurt.
So if what they claim is true, that he was resting comfortably in bed, then you got to believe that maybe,
somebody put him there
to
to look like he was resting comfortably.
Yeah.
I mean, he says, this is not a slip and fall. This is not a minor concussion. This is major head trauma. How did he get it?
Yeah.
Where'd it come from?
Right. I mean,
are we not looking into that?
Is it hotel business gone bad? I mean,
I don't know.
Or is it?
You mean like somebody was there with him and they just took a baseball bat to the back of his head and
as part of gameplay?
It really is a baseball bat in the
possible.
toolbox
I don't know what he does. I don't know what kind of freak he is.
I think the fact that apparently he wasn't robbed or anything, which is why they don't suspect anything, right? That, things weren't amiss in the room. He seemed to be just resting like he went to bed and nothing was wrong. So it's just weird, though.
Quote, it's like an egg cracking, Dr. Jeffrey, whatever the guy from Rochester saying. All these doctors have been looking at this autopsy report.
Major head trauma. I mean, like car accident head trauma. Baseball bat to the back of the head trauma. I'd call that significant.
Yes, absolutely significant.
It's really weird.
And now, I mean, hopefully the investigation will continue and you try to.
You would think so.
Well, I mean, because and you have to think, the family is just like, yeah, we're done with it. That's it's over. Okay, well, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so Saget specifically had fractures on the back, front, and right side of his skull. The fractures were particularly thick parts of the skull and broken bones in a particular part of the eye socket known as the orbit.
He had a broken eye socket, too?
Quote, this is a doctor. Quote,
man.
If you fracture your orbit, you have significant pain. Experts also know that
you wouldn't just lay down and go to sleep.
That's what they said earlier in the article. They said you'd at the very least be confused, if not unconscious. You wouldn't just go, I'm going to bed now.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, and this doctor here says the injuries appear more reminiscent of one suffered by people who fall from a considerable height or get thrown from the seat of their car in a crash.
Or get hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
Right. I mean, if you're into that.
Or an anvil.
Or an anvil
right.
falls on the back of your discounting the anvil.
I know.
Possibility.
Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't. Let's keep.
And he drove
all the options on the table. All options are on the table right now.
And he drove from Jacksonville to Orlando, so
he did?
Most likely that's what they had a show in Jacksonville, and he drove to Orlando, and that's where when he got to the hotel room at 2 or 3 in the morning or something like that.
Is it possible he was dead when he went to bed?
Yeah, I think
like somebody put him in bed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
based on what you just read, I think it's absolutely plausible. At least from my uneducated side of the room.
Right.
I hope they look into this further because it doesn't seem right. I mean, how did you break his eye socket?
He dropped something in the bedroom.
And then you keep bumping your head. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We covered it.
I know.
We covered it.
I mean, how many times do I have to testify?
It's just because I'm such a conspiracy theorist that I keep going over and over and over on this and keep harping on it.
Now the one thing I was thinking when this first
egg cracking of the skull doesn't make sense to you? I don't understand.
Yeah.
When this first broke, January 9th, and we all heard that, he died in bed, blah, 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 hit his head. I was thinking in a hotel, you know how you've got the sink in the bathroom, and a lot of places it'll overhang, and then, it's underneath it, there's space. And I thought maybe he dropped, toothpaste cap or something like that, and he actually did that. And
banged his head.
Got a concussion, and they say don't go to sleep. And so that's what I figured. Now you're talking about egg crack, orbital fracture, doctors weighing in that this is consistent with, baseball bat.
Bats.
You're like, okay, all right, what? I need the rest of this story, and I need it soon.
Yeah. That's because it's not adding up, that's for sure.
No, that's for sure.
He didn't bump his head and go to bed. That's just a stupid explanation.
And as someone who has cracked their head multiple times in his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right? I don't recall dying from it.
Right. Yeah, they said it's really, really rare that you would bump your head hard enough to go to sleep and die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's extremely rare. Because it takes significant trauma, like they're talking about.
Like an anvil.
There's going to be more on this.
Hello.
Exactly. Yeah, there's another shoe to drop here.
Or anvil.
Or another anvil. Exactly. All right. Let me tell you about cbdistillery.com. Does it work? You bet it does. 90% of doctors said their patients have used CBD to treat a health condition like sleeplessness or, body aches and pains, maybe stress relief. 9 out of 10 patients use CBD. That speaks volumes about how safe and effective CBD can be. Now, CBD is it's not the kind that makes you high. Okay, that's the THC has to be there. The THC has been removed from this, and that's not a part of the equation. CBDistillery.com has over 2 million customers. It's a source I trust. They go there for, you can go to CB Distillery for sleep issues. 90% of CB Distillery customers said they sleep better with CBD. There's nagging discomfort, some aches and pains. 80% of customers said CBD helps with discomfort after physical activity. If you haven't discovered yet the power of CBD, you're missing out. Go to cbdistillery.com where you order online with no prescription required and enter PAT for 20% off. Again, PAT for 20% off at cbdistillery.com. That's cbdistillery.com. Not available in Idaho, Iowa, and South Dakota.
Pat Gray.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got some interesting revelations lately about the Hillary Clinton campaign and the shenanigans that she pulled with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
This latest thing where
she had a private company go in, it looks like, to Trump servers to try to frame him and
try to make it look like
he had these ties to Russia that weren't there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a high-tech Watergate type thing. Almost,
it sure is, because the Trump Tower servers and later the White House. I mean, it's
amazing.
Incredible.
Why isn't she being called on the carpet and being investigated now?
Why isn't she in prison?
Well, she should be. She should be.
And a lot of people around her should be as well.
This is incredible.
Maybe they'll end up being that. They'll have some fall guy, but probably Hillary's not going.
Yeah, probably not.
Right.
Probably not. She knew nothing about it. Come on. She didn't know anything about it.
Yes, she was in the dark, and she can't believe that something like this actually happened.
How dare you conduct business that way in my campaign?
So
that's what she said.
Right.
Yeah.
She's practicing right now in front of a mirror.
I'm as shocked as anyone.
Right.
The Steele dossier, right? Fabricated.
Right.
This break into the servers. Do you have anything that would tie Trump to Russia? Obviously not. And if you actually want to look at tangible connections between a politician in the United States and Russia, look no further than Joe Biden himself.
Yes. Oh.
And the Biden family, the crime syndicate they are.
Right. Exactly. And yet, remember the interview that Leslie Stahl conducted with Donald Trump?
The 60 Minutes interview.
Here's a little reminder of that.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie, they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? This is 60 Minutes. And we can't
what does that
put
mean?
on things we can't
No,
verify.
you won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
Just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught.
Right.
And you will see that, Leslie. And you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay.
Do you know it now, Leslie? Would you admit it now?
I don't know.
I'll bet not.
I don't know.
I'll bet they don't admit it to this day.
They're still angry. That was the interview that they released some of it early, and he walked out on.
Yeah,
and they
right.
were so wound
That's
up
right.
about that. So there's no way she admits any of that, because
Any wrongdoing
she may say that, oh well, that's being verified now, but at the time she didn't. That's not verified.
I would be surprised if they admit it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised because they're too in the bag for the Democrats. They They don't care about the truth, you know, and that's truth. That he was set up and that they did this on purpose.
Yep.
And it was the Hillary Clinton campaign who did it. Now, she'll say some underling did this without her knowledge, but anybody believe that?
The underling that's amazingly just died, just passed away, is responsible for it.
Gosh, that's it's 143 now of just amazingly suddenly.
I don't know what happened.
Coincidentally died in the Clinton orbit. Another one?
I know.
Oh, wow.
What are the odds, you know?
Starting to think the Clinton family's cursed. All these deaths all around him of Secret Service agents.
I want to bring him back to life so that he could go to prison, but
former
just can't.
DNC directors. I mean, so many.
It was amazing that all his papers and everything were in that same fire.
Yeah, dang it.
Darn.
Dang darn. The lawyers who've shot themselves in the head 3 times in their office and then dragged themselves across the street and dumped their own body in the park.
That takes talent.
All these coincidences going on here. Oh,
hilarious.
I can't take it. I really can't take it. It would be fascinating to see somebody other than Fox cover this story.
Sure would.
Somebody other than talk radio, you know, conservative podcasts and Fox News. Let's see it on CNN. Just look into it. It's all there now. Just look into it. But they won't.
I mean, they seem to be coming around a little bit on the, you know, Biden inflation and the country, you know, higher prices a little bit. I mean, they're coming around a little bit on that.
How can they not? I mean, that's right in front of their face every stinking day.
Right.
And people are saying to them, look, my life isn't better as a result of this president.
Right.
This president is screwing things up with inflation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, all the, you know, ABC and MSNBC people have their, you know, their help telling them how much more expensive the goods are that they're bringing back.
But wait, Nancy Pelosi just told us it was a good thing.
Oh, yeah, workers.
That inflation's a good thing?
Yeah.
She talked to
Let's talk about the situation here at home. Families are feeling a hit from the highest inflation in 40 years right now, costing the average American family about $275 a month. What can Congress do right now to bring those costs down?
What do you do right now?
Well, let me just talk about the inflation thing, because people are saying, well, what we're spending is causing inflation. The fact that people have jobs always contributes to increase in inflation, and that's a good thing. But inflation is not a good.
Right.
You know, we have to contain that.
Wages are not keeping up with prices.
That's right.
Good job. Okay, so we're good. That's right.
I just filled up my tank this morning. $80.
Yeah.
$80 for one tank of gas in Texas.
You know, you fix that.
Not California.
You just get a car with a smaller gas tank, and you won't feel the pinch so much.
Yeah. Okay. And then I won't be able to drive so far on a tank of gas.
I just want an electric car.
Is that what you want?
Just want to plug it in.
Yeah.
Just plug it in.
I want to plug it in right to a coal-fired power plant. You can't make them happy.
No, you
and
can't.
they actually enjoy you suffering because it helps them to control you more.
Yep. All right, more Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray.
Big controversy last night during the halftime show.
There was?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Frankly, I didn't even notice it. Eminem kneeled.
I thought it was part of the performance. I didn't even think anything of it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's part of the deal.
Look, and you know he thought he was being a badass or something.
Whatever, but it was.
He kneeled not during a national anthem, which is the problem when people are, upset by it.
Right.
Why would I care if you kneel during your performance? I don't care. I didn't even, frankly, I seriously didn't even notice, except that he was kneeling for the performance.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was any sort of statement. Now they're saying he was told by the NFL not to do it, and he did it anyway.
I don't think I even believe that.
I don't believe that. Why would the NFL care? The NFL loves that stuff. They love it. They love
That's part of the performance. They gave them, carte blanche. Do what you're going to do.
Do what you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Eminem kneeled. So? Had nothing to do with the American flag, the national anthem, nothing. It was during his performance.
Yeah.
So what? Weird. Just a weird thing. Also, turned out to be a pretty good game, by the way.
Yeah, it was fun.
23-20. It was a fun game. The Bengals almost pulled it off, but the Rams scored with like a minute 25 left.
Yeah, it was down low, and then there was no way.
They were behind the whole game. Then they finally score with a minute 25 left and pull the thing out. Let's see. Republicans introduced the Hunter Act to ban taxpayer funds for crack pipes. Pair of Republican lawmakers authored new legislation to ban federal taxpayer dollars, which they were just doing recently. Last week they were talking about doing this. So they're trying to keep them from funding crack pipes, needles, and other drug paraphernalia following the firestorm over the viral report that alleged the Biden administration would be funding crack pipes for addicts. And
quite frankly, I believe
that's exactly what they were doing.
They were doing, and I believe it is still happening around the country.
Still happening
now,
with needles and paraphernalia.
Correct, and even they even said, well, we're still offering syringes and everything, but I think those main kits that are provided now, where the money comes from, is what they'll argue. But those main kits still have the crack pipes in them, because that's they want to make sure that people aren't getting the sores on their lips and the cuts on their lips if they're smoking crack.
If they're going to smoke crack, we want them to do it safely.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the Hunter Act stand for there? The acronym.
This is great. The Halting the Use of Narcotics Through Effective Recovery Act.
I love it.
So great. So it spells out Hunter, as in Biden.
Oh!
Yeah. You probably didn't get that with the crack pipe thing because it was
oh gosh, it's
so
funnier
subtle.
than I thought. I thought it was just
subtle.
a fun word they were using.
No, it actually
it
ties into the president's son.
It's even better now.
Isn't that interesting? That's interesting.
I love that. I love it.
Also, Representative Jayapal isn't happy with federal with her fellow representatives who are maskless at the Capitol.
She is not.
Yeah, she's not happy with the maskless people at the Capitol building.
This
and here
is
she
where the lack of civility has come to in the United States Congress.
Wait,
and
isn't
I
her
think
face
it is a
naked right
massive
now?
Problem.
There doesn't seem to be a mask on it.
Done, and it is intolerable in a workplace where we are going to work to do the work of the American people. And also, let me just remind your viewers that this was about wearing a mask, which is mandated in the Capitol. It is mandated in the Capitol, and it is to protect our safety, our collective safety, the safety of our staffers. And so the idea that, and this has happened to me, where you get on an elevator and people refuse to wear a mask, and your choices are to either get off the elevator or to get on the elevator and to tell them to wear a mask. That should not be a problem in the United States Congress. And I really believe that our colleagues who refuse to even adhere to the basic norms of civility are undermining our democracy. And of course, we're seeing it in all kinds of even more.
We don't have a democracy.
January 6th insurrection is just part of that.
It's just part of the insurrection.
To take down legitimate democracy from functioning in the way it should.
Yeah, we don't have a democracy, Pumpkin, so don't worry about it. Shouldn't worry about our democracy since we don't have one. Can't take these people. I just can't take it. The idiocy is mind-numbing. Speaking of which, we did MoreOn Trivia on Friday, which, by the way, was once again right. We finished with like a four-week winning streak.
Snuck into the playoffs and ran the table.
Seemed like a long year, but we winning record. That's all I know. Winning record for the season, so we're good to go.
We're good to go. Pick the Rams. Rams won. And part of MoreOn Trivia included answering a question about the Space Needle, which, of course, obviously, is located in Ottumwa, Iowa. And
I didn't know this until
contestants didn't know that. But there it is. There's proof. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah. Someone took a really beautiful picture
Thanks,
of
Mike Lee.
Ottumwa, Iowa, and the skyline.
Yeah,
Looks like a nice, beautiful city.
It
actually.
sure is. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Emily 747.
It's impressive how tall
photographic proof.
Yeah, it
the
really
Space
sticks
Needle
out.
is in Ottumwa because it's pretty tall.
Seems like if you were driving into Ottumwa
Yeah.
from a ways out, you'd be able to see
Pick it out.
Oh yeah.
So, we're gonna stop at Ottumwa. How far are we? I don't know. Whenever we get to the needle, it's up there.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
Now you can almost make out like 2.5 blocks away is the furball.
Yeah, it's right there.
Hold on,
right there.
Hold on, I'm not
right there. Yeah.
Okay, help me out here.
2.5 blocks to the right.
To the right,
and then go down.
and then go down.
Yeah.
As a
yeah.
layer.
It's almost you almost make
I'm
it
not
out. There,
quite-
not quite.
I'm just not seeing.
But thank you to the Pathead who sent this in. Michael Lee sent that picture to us of the Ottumwa skyline. Very impressive.
There's your proof.
Very impressive.
There's your proof.
Very impressive.
It's impressive that he took a picture. Of
Yeah.
it.
Well, and
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's impressive.
You'd think there'd be a lot of other pictures
Of
available of
the
needle
skyline?
in Ottumwa.
Yeah, so you could put it on like postcards.
It's
and
weird.
things
Nobody
from
seems to
Ottumwa,
take a
but-
picture and post them online when
That's
they.
weird.
I guess nobody goes there.
Yeah, I guess it's like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Nobody photographs it, and so
That's a shame.
they assume it's not there. But of
That's a
course,
shame.
that would be a lie.
Yes, thank you.
Just like the Space Needle in Ottumwa.
Yeah, I think you're gonna
Have
like
you ever
this
been,
guy here.
actually been to Ottumwa?
No, I've never been to
I'm
Ottumwa.
not either. I'm a little disappointed. I have not been.
Well, yeah, to see the Space Needle.
I know.
You
Road
can
trip
see
and
for
the
miles.
furball. And the furball.
Yeah,
I
right.
gotta
Well, yeah,
see this
Right.
furball.
In fact,
Furball's awesome.
I think I'd rather see the furball than
Me too.
the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's weird that I've been to the Space Needle, but I haven't been to Ottumwa.
It
Isn't
is
that weird?
weird.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because
That's just
the
weird.
Space Needle
I don't
must,
even understand.
It's in its own space in Iowa.
I see.
Right.
It's not technically Ottumwa.
It's not Ottumwa proper. It's just on the edge.
It's just outside.
Yeah, it's just outside.
the
So that's
city
how you
limits.
pulled it off.
Yes,
You just
that's
answered your
how.
own question.
That's how. All right. As the Joe Rogan Spotify saga continues, somebody on Instagram posted this fabulous
I
video.
like this. Bob Ross here.
I'm gonna make sure we spread this racism red out nice and thick there, because after all, there has to be a lot of racism for people to whine about. Kind of like the whole N-word being used and why they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan right now. It's not about racism. It's the fact that Joe Rogan has higher ratings than CNN and Fox and all MSN put together. And the fact
That's
that
for
Joe
sure.
Rogan likes to play center aisle and get opinions from both sides. Well, networks like CNN and Brian Stelter, who probably got bullied a lot in school, they don't like the idea of having somebody outshine them and bust out their misinformation. So therefore, let's cancel them. Oh, wait, you can't cancel them. It's too big. So what's the next step? That's right. Racism. And you sit there and you demand an apology for Joe Rogan dropping the N-word, not in a racial context, and then you turn around and you say nothing when black hip-hop artists have been doing it for years upon years. No problem there.
Wow. Wasn't a lot of painting going on,
No,
though.
there was not. Bob
It's
usually
a weird
painted.
lesson.
Bob usually kept painting.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and he stayed out of politics, too. That was out of character for him there.
Well, death, I think, has changed his
I
attitude
guess so.
a little bit.
I guess so.
Yeah, when
So
you've
that
been
was
dead
really-
for 20 or 30 years,
Yeah.
it tends to change your attitude.
And that was the Joe Rogan
Was Bob been dead that
situation
long?
summed up nicely there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
But, boy, it doesn't stop CNN, man. They are
No,
they're going hard with Joe
doesn't.
Rogan. They've got a whole section, apparently.
Yeah, the pressure continues. And not just the N-word thing. They're still pushing the misinformation on COVID. Stop. Would you just stop? I mean, let's say that Joe Rogan did spew misinformation on COVID-19. So what? What if he did? What's your point?
What happened?
Fauci does.
Does everyone listening
Right.
have to take his advice? No. When does personal responsibility figure into this equation? Ever? I mean, we're feeling adult human beings who aren't going to run out and drink bleach just because Joe Rogan said to, which he didn't, by the way, but if he did, let's assume for a minute he advised his listeners to do something that stinking stupid. He's a podcaster, MMA commentator, a point he's made many, many times, by the way. Just because he said it doesn't mean people automatically go do it. It's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. And we used to understand that. We used to understand that no matter what somebody says on radio or television, Americans don't have to run out and do those things. It's when do we get to a point where, well, if Joe Rogan said it, then people are going to die? No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Come on. If anybody, that's thinning of the herd. If you're that stupid, it's thinning of the herd.
I mean, that's a strong argument. There's a number of people that have made that argument that if you are actually doing something that is misinformation, right?
It's stupid and poisonous, and it's not going to help you. Like, who would run out? Well, Joe Rogan said that he took horse paste, which he didn't.
Which he did not.
By the way, he said it was not horse paste, and it wasn't, because he took the human version of ivermectin. But anyway, if you go out and I'm going to get some horse paste too, and I'm going to take a whole stinking tube of horse paste, and I'm going to eat it all at once. And I'm going to wash it down with Clorox bleach.
Oh, you see, yeah.
I mean,
chaser.
By the way, if you're listening to this, please don't do any of that.
Judy.
Okay? Right, Judy. If Judy's listening, Judy might be an exception to the thinking, feeling human being thing. Yeah. Judy seemed to take things pretty literal. So.
But they are continuing to try to take Joe Rogan down.
They sure are. It's going to be tough with 11 million listeners.
And they've moved on, though, it seems like, from the COVID stuff, and now they're trying to hang on to the N-word. Because look at the CNN article right there. I mean, look how they're trying to connect Joe Rogan N-word use to
another January 6th moment.
Listen to this. That's what they called it.
Come on.
It's just a riot. They're hysterical.
From CNN. The podcaster Joe Rogan did not join a mob that forced lawmakers to flee for their lives. He never carried a Confederate flag inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Neither did anybody else that we saw. We've seen hundreds and hundreds of people go into that. Was there maybe one? I don't know. Go back to that. Let's just examine that for a minute. Let's look at all the people that came into the Capitol Rotunda. That's not the Rotunda, but it's, I don't know, somewhere in the Capitol. I don't see any Confederate flags. They make it sound as if everybody had Confederate flags.
Oh, here comes the Nazi flag. Nope, that's the American flag.
Nope, they're all American flags so far. There's another one right there.
Is that the ISIS flag right there?
No, that's an American flag.
Okay.
There's another America. He's not unfolding. He's not unrolling that one flag. I don't know what that is.
Oh, somebody's got a Trump flag. But it's not Confederate.
I mean, that might as well be.
Okay, there's a flag. It's the American flag.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not.
Wait,
it's a Trump. That's a Trump flag. Trump. No, boy.
Another Trump.
Then somebody's got a sign that says Trump and has a U.S. flag on it.
Somebody not particularly fond of Joe Biden flag, I see.
Yeah. All right. So I maybe saw one outside the Capitol. I don't know, but it's asinine.
And let's say they were all Confederate flags. So,
right.
Yeah, still doesn't really mean anything. No one died trying to stop him from using the N-word, but what Rogan and those that defend him have done since video clips of him using the N-word surfaced on social media is arguably just as dangerous as what a mob did when they stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th last year.
So now they're trying to tie Joe Rogan to January 6th.
My. Meanwhile, Jeffy sent in this video about some of the January 6th videos starting to come out.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird.
It is really strange. And I saw that this was posted with the tag from the movie
Capital Punishment.
Capital Punishment. And so I don't know that if this was in Capital Punishment or if this was them using this video just to promote Capital Punishment.
Need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I know.
What? Okay, so here comes a guy inside the Capitol. The door's locked.
The door's locked.
Door's locked. He's trying to let people in, but he can't because the door's magnetically locked. George Tenney tries to open it from the inside.
Right. Now he's looking up at the cameras like,
open
what's
the
going
door,
on?
please. Come on. We're trying to let people in.
Yeah.
Points to the door.
Oh, okay, and there was this guy. There's some guy
They call
carrying
the green side pack. This is what they're calling because they don't know his name. He's never been identified.
Not been arrested.
The green side
Not
pack.
been arrested. Not on the FBI list. But he's clearly on this video, so tries to open the door again.
Door's open.
They open. Huh.
Now look, an employee.
Somebody employed by the sergeant of arms
runs to stop.
Tries to push people out.
No,
and he does. He's trying to stop and keep people out.
Now who's this guy again, Jeffy? Because he comes up, he's like, no. We're gonna let them in. See?
Yeah, no, we're supposed to let him in. And they continue on, and some people, a few people got in.
Let a few in. Tenney then pulls Officer B.A., who is blocking entry.
Wow.
Pulls him out of there. Officer B.A. appears to grab a gun, and the men retreat. Tenney urges others to stand up. Huh. Now, Tenney was inside in the first place.
Yes, he was already there, along with the green side pack guy. They were already there.
Meanwhile, now the doors are open.
Now they're open,
and they're just pouring in now.
And the cop is pulling them in.
Tenney shoves another officer out of the way.
Now, the cop is there trying to stop the crowd from coming in right now, and Tenney is blocking him.
So this would maybe lead you to believe that somebody on the inside contributed to people pouring into the Capitol building.
Right. Now, this is where they throw the police officer down.
Oh,
they pull him back. He tried to pull him back, and then he fell down. But they help him back up.
Oh, they didn't beat him with clubs?
No, they did not beat him with clubs. They help him back up.
Helped him back up.
And get him out of the way.
Interesting. George Amos Tenney III was arrested. How the magnetic doors opened remains a mystery. Somebody who was monitoring saw him motion, hey, open the door, and they did.
Right.
I mean, that's not much of a mystery.
No, it's a mystery. Why?
We just saw it right there. Democracy almost died right there.
Right there.
You saw it.
Right there.
Right. And I know we've said it before, but it's amazing that, okay, let's say that all of those people did come in and take over every space of the Capitol.
Yeah.
So are we starting to write our...
Would democracy have died?
Right. Are we writing our IRS checks to them?
Would the Republic be over?
Yeah, that's... we've had that discussion before.
I know.
What if they came in and did everything that they wanted to do? Heaven forbid. But what if they did? Right. What would have happened to democracy?
Well, when you sit in that chair...
That doesn't change anything.
When you sit in that chair, anything. You become the dictator. And that's why the horn helmet guy was such a threat.
Except
and
for
then
no.
All of a sudden, for like 5 seconds, he was our leader.
He who holds the podium.
Yeah.
Holds the power.
Yeah.
And Viagetti, the guy in the hallway walking around with it, he was like, no, I'm the leader. And the big horn guy, helmet man, was like, no, it's over here.
It's me. I'm the
so
leader.
then the Viking and Viagetti would have had to duke it out for supremacy in the U.S.
I would have paid to see that on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I would have been there.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you about Omega XL. You have 360 joints from your neck down, your vertebrae in your back to your arms, hips, knees, and feet. 360 joints that take a beating with daily activity and aging. That's why your joints hurt constantly and ruin your sleep. I take Omega XL because of the science. When we're young, our bodies produce SPMs. They're nature's way of keeping our joints healthy, but as we age, we don't produce enough of them, which is why you could be in pain. Well, when I took the Omega XL and it built up after 2 weeks, it just restored apparently enough SPMs that my inflammation went away and my pain stopped. It can rejuvenate your joints and your muscles so that you can move like when you were young again. Order Omega XL right now, and you'll get a second bottle for free. Visit OmegaXL.com/Pat. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Or call 800-844-4888. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat or 800-844-4888.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. We got a Joe Biden impersonator here that we want to take a look at. I actually haven't seen this impersonator
This is really
yet.
funny.
Is it good? Is he good?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Well, I'll be the judge.
United States. I'm awake, my fellow geraniums. Our nation's in crisis. Joe Rogan has just said the N-word to Snooki Goldberg. No one's watching the winter Limp Bizkits. And I've just been informed the Prime Minister of Canada, Jussie Trombone, has been killed by trucks. He'll be sorely missed. Not only was he the first black guy Pez minister, he was a great American. And also a great Muslim guy. Our farts and prayers go out to the... Not our farts. Look. There's these trucks. They transform. They turn into robots. Oh, man, we got to get these things running around, honking around, turning into people. But don't you worry. Don't you fret. Uncle Joey's on the case. First, I sent Vice Principal Canola Hairlip to the planet of the truck people to open a dialogue with Optimus Prime. Second, I've asked Congress to increase my dosage of talkie pills. And finally, I've approved emergency funding to distribute free crack pipes to every man, woman, and transgender. To help us stay alert when the truck people...
I like it.
They turn into robots.
They got maple syrup for blood, man. Stupid bastard doesn't even know Wimpy Goldblum's.
I like
So
it.
stupid.
I
Yeah.
like it. I really like the non-combed hair, too. Like
awesome.
the bed head that he just woke up with.
Struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
That's
the struggle
pretty good.
is real.
Yeah. Well, it is.
We are doomed.
You think?
We are doomed.
I mean, when that is the impression that people have of the president
There's
of the
an
United
issue.
States, there's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping share that impression, and that's why they're pushing the envelope like they are right now. Well, have a great day.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the Glenn Beck program.
It's Valentine's Day. You
Hang
gotta
out.
celebrate it down the hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And we'll see you tomorrow when it's no longer Valentine's Day.
Are you?
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.